Burning visceral fat, the deep internal fat that surrounds your organs, might seem like a challenge that requires intense workouts or drastic diets. But what if the key to reducing this harmful fat lies in the hours when you're not even awake? Science shows that our bodies are far from idle during sleep, and with the right strategies, you can encourage your metabolism to target visceral fat even as you rest. Let's explore the evidence-based, gentle, and practical ways to burn visceral fat while you sleep, grounded in real data and scientific understanding. First, it's important to understand what visceral fat is and why it matters. Unlike subcutaneous fat, which sits just under the skin, visceral fat is stored deep within the abdominal cavity, surrounding vital organs like the liver, pancreas, and intestines. High levels of visceral fat are associated with increased risks of heart disease, type 2 diabetes, and certain cancers. According to the Mayo Clinic, even people with a normal body mass index can have excess visceral fat, making it a hidden but significant health concern. While the idea of burning fat during sleep may sound too good to be true, research has shown that our bodies continue to burn calories and perform essential metabolic processes throughout the night. The key is to optimize these processes to specifically target visceral fat. Here's how you can do it, step by step, with concrete data and a gentle, sustainable approach. The foundation of burning visceral fat during sleep starts with sleep quality and duration. Studies published in the journal Obesity have found a strong link between poor sleep and increased visceral fat accumulation. In a 2010 study, researchers followed over 300 adults for 5 years and discovered that those who slept less than 6 hours per night gained significantly more visceral fat compared to those who slept 7 to 8 hours. The mechanism is rooted in hormonal balance. Insufficient sleep disrupts the production of leptin and ghrelin, hormones that regulate hunger and fat storage, leading to increased appetite and fat retention. To harness the fat-burning power of sleep, aim for 7 to 9 hours of high-quality sleep each night. This isn't just about the number of hours. It's also about the depth of sleep. Deep, restorative sleep, particularly during the non-REM stages, is when your body is most effective at repairing tissues, balancing hormones, and burning fat. Simple habits like maintaining a consistent sleep schedule, keeping your bedroom cool and dark, and avoiding screens before bed can improve sleep quality. The National Sleep Foundation recommends a bedroom temperature of around 65 degrees Fahrenheit, 18 degrees Celsius, to promote deeper sleep, which in turn supports fat metabolism. Another scientifically backed strategy is to align your eating schedule with your body's natural circadian rhythms. This is known as time-restricted eating or intermittent fasting. Research published in Cell Metabolism in 2018 showed that adults who limited their eating window to 8 to 10 hours during the day and fasted for the remaining hours, including overnight, experienced significant reductions in visceral fat, independent of calorie intake. The body, deprived of readily available glucose during the fasting period, is more likely to tap into fat stores, including visceral fat, for energy. To implement this, try finishing your last meal 2 to 3 hours before bedtime, giving your body a longer overnight fasting window and allowing it to shift into fat-burning mode during sleep. The composition of your evening meal also plays a crucial role in overnight fat metabolism. Consuming a large, carbohydrate-heavy meal late at night can spike insulin levels, signaling your body to store fat rather than burn it. In contrast, a lighter dinner with a balance of lean protein, healthy fats, and fiber can help stabilize blood sugar and promote fat oxidation. A study in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that participants who consumed higher protein meals in the evening had increased overnight energy expenditure and fat oxidation compared to those who ate high-carb meals. Consider options like grilled chicken with steamed vegetables, a small portion of salmon with leafy greens, or a tofu stir-fry for your evening meal. Physical activity during the day, especially resistance training, can set the stage for increased fat burning at night. When you engage in strength training, you create tiny tears in your muscle fibers. During sleep, your body works to repair and rebuild these muscles, a process that requires energy and increases your resting metabolic rate. A 2015 study in the Journal of Sports Sciences found that participants who performed resistance training burned more calories and fat during sleep compared to those who did not exercise. Even moderate resistance exercises, like bodyweight squats, lunges, or push-ups, performed a few times a week, can make a measurable difference. Stress management is another often overlooked factor in burning visceral fat during sleep. Chronic stress elevates cortisol, a hormone that encourages the accumulation of visceral fat. High cortisol levels, especially in the evening, can disrupt sleep and promote fat storage. Mindfulness practices like meditation, deep breathing, or gentle yoga before bed have been shown to lower cortisol levels and improve sleep quality. In a 2016 study published in Psychoneuroendocrinology, participants who practiced mindfulness meditation had reduced cortisol levels and decreased abdominal fat over several weeks. Hydration also plays a subtle but important role. Dehydration can slow metabolism and impair the body's ability to break down fat. Drinking a glass of water an hour or two before bed can help maintain optimal metabolic function overnight without disrupting sleep. However, avoid consuming large amounts of fluids right before bedtime to minimize nighttime awakenings. Let's not overlook the role of temperature and environment. Brown adipose tissue, or brown fat, is a special type of fat that burns energy to generate heat. Studies have shown that exposure to cooler temperatures can activate brown fat and increase calorie burning during sleep. In a 2014 study published in Diabetes, participants who slept in rooms cooled to 66 degrees Fahrenheit, 19 degrees Celsius, for 4 weeks increased their brown fat activity and burned more calories while sleeping. Simply lowering your thermostat or using lighter bedding can help create these conditions. Supplements and herbal teas may offer gentle support for overnight fat burning, but it's important to rely on evidence-based options. Green tea extract, for example, contains catechins and a modest amount of caffeine, both of which have been shown to increase fat oxidation. A meta-analysis in the American Journal of Clinical Nutrition found that green tea supplementation led to significant reductions in visceral fat over 12 weeks. Drinking a cup of decaffeinated green tea in the evening may provide these benefits without disrupting sleep. Magnesium is another nutrient that supports both sleep quality and fat metabolism. It helps regulate neurotransmitters and hormones involved in sleep, and studies have linked adequate magnesium intake with lower levels of visceral fat. Foods rich in magnesium, such as leafy greens, nuts, and seeds, or a gentle magnesium supplement in consultation with your healthcare provider, can support your overnight fat-burning efforts. Let's recap these strategies with a focus on practical, science-backed steps you can start tonight. Prioritize 7 to 9 hours of deep, restorative sleep. Make your bedroom cool, dark, and quiet, and avoid screens before bed. Align your eating schedule with your circadian rhythm by finishing your last meal 2 to 3 hours before bedtime, and consider a 12 to 14-hour overnight fast. Choose a lighter, protein-rich dinner with healthy fats and fiber to promote overnight fat oxidation. Incorporate resistance training into your weekly routine to boost your resting metabolic rate and fat burning during sleep. Practice stress reduction techniques like meditation or gentle yoga in the evening to lower cortisol and visceral fat accumulation. Stay hydrated, but avoid large amounts of fluids right before bed. Lower your bedroom temperature to activate brown fat and increase calorie burning overnight. Consider evidence-based supplements like green tea extract or magnesium, if appropriate for you. Each of these strategies is supported by scientific research and can be tailored to your lifestyle and preferences. Importantly, they work synergistically, combining good sleep hygiene, mindful eating, regular movement, and stress management creates a powerful foundation for lasting visceral fat loss. It's also worth noting that patience and consistency are key. Visceral fat does not disappear overnight, but even modest reductions can have a significant impact on your health. A study in the New England Journal of Medicine found that a 5% reduction in body weight led to a substantial decrease in visceral fat and improved metabolic markers in overweight adults. If you're looking for additional motivation, Consider tracking your progress not just by the scale, but by measuring your waist circumference. According to the World Health Organization, a waist measurement of more than 40 inches, 102 centimeters, for men and 35 inches, 8 centimeters, for women, indicates an increased risk of health problems related to visceral fat. Even a small reduction in waist size can signal meaningful improvements in your visceral fat levels. Let's address a few common misconceptions. Some people believe that taking fat-burning pills or extreme diets are the only ways to lose visceral fat. But research consistently shows that sustainable lifestyle changes, like those discussed here, are more effective and safer in the long run. Spot reduction, or targeting fat loss in specific areas with certain exercises, has also been debunked. Instead, focus on whole body health, and your visceral fat will decrease as part of your overall fat loss. Another myth is that all sleep is equal. In reality, sleep quality matters as much as quantity. Fragmented or restless sleep can negate the benefits, even if you spend enough hours in bed. That's why creating a calm bedtime routine, limiting caffeine in the afternoon, and addressing any sleep disorders with your healthcare provider are essential steps. It's also important to recognize that genetics play a role in where your body stores fat, but lifestyle choices can significantly influence these tendencies. The strategies outlined here are effective for most people, regardless of genetic background. Finally, remember that burning visceral fat while you sleep is not about doing more or pushing harder. It's about working with your body's natural rhythms and processes. By making gentle, evidence-based adjustments to your sleep, eating, activity, and stress habits, you can encourage your body to target and reduce harmful visceral fat, even as you rest. In summary, the science is clear. Optimizing your sleep environment, aligning your eating habits with your body's natural clock, choosing the right foods in the evening, engaging in regular resistance training, managing stress, staying hydrated, and embracing cooler sleeping conditions can all contribute to burning visceral fat overnight. These strategies are not quick fixes, but they are powerful, proven, and sustainable ways to improve your health from the inside out. Start with 1 or 2 changes tonight, and over time, you'll not only sleep better, you'll wake up healthier with less visceral fat and a lower risk of chronic disease. The journey to a healthier you can truly begin while you sleep.